Got your two jujitsu daddies here, ready to
Back in
serve up.
action.
Yeah, ready to serve up some hot Monday footage. What's up, Andrew?
What's up, Andrew?
Which one's which to you, Josh? All right, let's dive in. Nick and Caleb starting us off. Danny with an Asotogari right off the bat.
Nice.
I was very jealous to watch all of you roll and not train that day. Caleb getting stuffed on his takedown. What's the press about? Department of Grappling Efficiency. Okay. I'll accept the nomination.
Yeah.
Just like the Doge.
Doge number one.
What was that?
We're Doge number one.
Yeah. Well, you need two managers, just like the government efficiency one.
It is the most efficient.
Yeah. Jordan keeping a good guard here against Danny. Danny switching around the legs. Now working from top half guard.
Curious to see how Nick's gonna try and open up the closed guard here.
On Caleb.
Oh, yeah. Log splitter. Wide post to the left leg. Trying to little forearm wedge.
Just stand up, dude. There you go.
Yeah.
Got John and Devin over here. All right. Nick laying heavy across the shoulders, which is typically a good idea. It's either pick one, like heavy across the shoulders or heavy across the waist. Well, we got that one, Cole.
Yeah, right.
Maybe there's like a
little
humor
aggressive.
threshold. Like it has to be funny enough. And you
Big
usually
back step
only...
from Nick.
What was that?
Big back step from Nick, but Caleb went ahead and turtled.
Ah. Yeah, caught Caleb's legs open, but let's see if you could do something with the front headlock here.
What's up,
when did
James?
Jordan get the sweep? What up, James? Ah, he got it off his...
Typical.
Yeah. I think. A little bump here. Oh! I kind of like that.
Interesting. Yeah.
Bump.
He must have been attacking the shoulder. Was he attacking like a Kimura or something, Jordan, on the right arm? Look, I can't tell. I couldn't
Yeah.
see the grip. Don't remember.
Now Jordan getting to work with that far side underhook. Very nice transition to mount. Quick step over. With that underhook, keeping that arm out of the way, that makes it a lot easier.
Nick's been trying to work that anaconda. I don't know if he's had any success on Caleb trying to pull that off. I have not.
Hasn't had any success on me. What's up, John?
What's up, John?
Speaking of, John looking good, stepping over into a half guard here. A little
Ooh.
splayed out though. Want to
Does
see
a
that
nice step over for that armbar.
knee come up to there.
Nick. Oh, that was really good. Caleb scrambled out of that.
Yeah, damn.
Quick attack on that right arm, but he's not quite at a good angle here. Caleb keeps a good bend and kind of controls his wrist, right? Or controls his elbow position so he doesn't get arm locked here.
Yeah, I think if Nick wanted to finish this, once he gets to here, he's got to reach with this arm and gather up this leg, then
Yeah.
gather this leg and roll Caleb in this direction. Like you have to control the hips and roll Caleb to where he's flat on his back. Obviously, not the easiest thing in the world to do. But that's going to be your best bet, I think, for completing that armbar.
I agree. Danny found his way back on top. What happened with John and Devin?
John possibly with maybe a far side attack on the arm. What are we seeing here? Nice control of the leg.
Passes the guard. Yeah.
John gets a pass. All right.
Just got around the pass. Okay. Maybe they're just working passing guard. Danny looking to go for an armbar on the left arm of Jordan. Got it.
Gets it. Okay. Oh,
His ribs were injured.
yeah. That's
Got
right.
it. All right, right on.
I forgot he was dealing with that. He was out for a couple weeks with a rib injury.
That sucks.
Yeah. Oh,
Beautiful
big sweep. Caleb, it looks like Caleb tries to like knee push and then hop into mount from here.
He does, yeah.
And I think this was the same sweep you hit Caleb with.
Yeah, but I hit it from reverse. And Nick is going standard X
Yeah.
guard.
So pressure on the hip here, connection here, and then the sweep down here.
Yeah.
God, that's
That was
good.
That was really good.
So
Caleb
embarrassing.
knew it as soon as it happened.
That was very nice.
Acknowledges it right there. Yep.
What happened with Danny and Jordan at the end there? Nothing major.
No.
I'm looking forward to Caleb's role with Emre.
Oh yeah.
He was saying that Emre came up to him and was like, I just want you to like just mess me up. He's like, I want to feel what this what jujitsu's like. He's like, all right, cool. Caleb came over afterwards. He's like, you're gonna think
right
I'm
now.
being a jerk on the stream, but I promise you I'm not. Ethan on a Katagatame here, right off the rip. Nice transition.
Yeah.
So Danny and I were talking about him after class, and like, I feel like everyone is in general agreement. Everyone who's trained with him lately, that he has like significantly stepped his game up, and is really
Completely.
applying his technique very well for where he's at as a white belt. Like, it's been really good to
I
see.
agree. Yeah, he takes critique well. He is applying, like you said, he's applying technique. It's a good combination.
Yeah. Also, this guy back on the mats. We got
Joe
Baker.
Baker. Trying to play that false reap.
Yeah.
Looking at it now on that side.
Yeah, I would agree, which makes me really happy. Caleb on the back with a rear Katagatame. Let's see if he could... Okay, I guess he's not going to try to finish it. It looked like he was going for it for a second.
He's going for that arm
It's like,
slash triangle.
okay. It's like he can't decide what he wants here.
Yeah.
There we go. Andrew on the armbar. Yeah. Dylan can't know that. Don't worry. He's probably not even on the stream. He'll come in late and be like, "Yo, what I miss?"
Baker trying to roll into that knee bar.
Ronnie tried to roll
Having
away out
trouble
of the
with it.
armbar, but Andrew
Oh,
would
yeah.
not let her.
Got it.
Ah,
Mm.
that should be cleared up
Yeah, there's
soon.
medicine for that now.
Caleb gets the armbar out of close guard. I don't know if Emery knows he's doing at least a somewhat decent thing there with trying to control the arms. Just wasn't getting his posture up. He was stoked to train though, so
Good.
it's cool. I like to see it.
His first day, he was pretty excited. I'm glad to see him back already.
Devin pulling John over, doesn't have the hooks in yet. And John, this is your opportunity for an early escape, right? When you don't have any lower body control over you, or when he doesn't have it over you. But Devin's
Nick trying to go. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he's making a good move there. Like he's really committing to that upper body grip, like I talk about. Gets away. Like this is great.
Yeah.
I'm curious if you remembered seeing this at a class, but where you separate your chest from their back and then roll up on them, and then from here work to get to your legs, or I'm sorry, work to get your legs back in. Nice movement, John. Got yourself squared back up. Very good. Postured up before he can get his legs crossed. That's a good way to stay safe on that.
Baker is in on a triangle here, and Nick is working the escape that you actually called out, or he was working the escape that you called out in class,
but failed.
Well, it worked to start with, and then failed.
Oh, okay, so Joe even started it from mount.
From mount, nope, and then Nick rolls up.
Right.
To go ahead and get safe, sits, puts his feet in the armpit, or tries to, but it looks like he can't get the arms under control here. It doesn't cross his legs. That's what I would recommend here is to go ahead and cross the feet rather than trying to stick your feet in the armpit. If you can't get there, crossing the legs is probably the best option. But Joe takes him up and over.
And Joe's still
Failed
on
successfully.
And Ben getting, I think, putting to work some of the stuff I was talking about with him as far as back escaping goes. So one thing I've been talking to him about is once you feel like your neck is safe, that's the time for your hips and your legs to get to work on the lower body escapes. And like, you know, a week ago when I was drilling this stuff with him, there wasn't much movement down there. It was, you know, getting the arm safe, trying to pull the strangle arm over the head, which is good. That's not a bad thing to do, but like you got to throw a few different things at them. And his hips and legs weren't doing enough, so it's good to see him putting that to work now.
Ethan just fell back into an armbar there. Real quick, right off the mount.
Hide you for a second.
Turn the corner, falling back, hiking the leg up. Does not get the crossface, so I don't know if Ethan watches this or not. Lets the leg, his left leg, drift over the body, so he gets a little overzealous there and crosses super low. And this does not put any crossface pressure on Danny, so Danny has pretty good mobility, like at the top part of his body, and you can't exercise a whole ton of control over the arm there. So that's a lot of times when we say to do like when you're securing an arm bar, you want one leg on the face side or the cross face side, and then the other side you want on the around the body, or both sides on the cross face, or both legs on the cross face, but never both legs on the body side.
Yeah. Emery going for his own attack here.
Been doing what you were just talking about. Got free of the strangle, started cutting his angle here, and then immediately going towards freeing his hips. So he secures the strangle so he doesn't feel threatened here, gets the arm over the head, and now he's starting to use his arms in order to
And
work the feet.
and the bottom arm,
Yep.
most importantly, right? You start using the top arm. This is where your opponent can trap. He can't trap
Sure.
this arm with his legs. Like Jordan can't trap Ben's bottom arm with his
Left arm.
legs. It's impossible. So if you're gonna play that game, you typically want to do it with only the bottom arm. If you want to be risky, you can use the top arm, but you've been warned. Big takedown right off the bat from Ronnie. Devin with the pressure. Nick using those butterflies effectively to disrupt Devin's base. I like Devin's pressure and kind of the strategy he's employing here from half guard, right? He's gotten past the butterfly hooks. He's keeping a heavy pressure game and is using that to transition into half guard and work his passing from here, rather than trying to deal with a body lock where Nick kind of had the jump on him already with extending his butterflies and hiding his back on the mat. So Devin wouldn't be able to get the grips he needed, but he makes a switch to half guard passing, which is a very good idea. Just got to be careful with that underhook battle. Which Nick now has. Yeah, there it is. Nick coming out the back.
Devin with the wizard, but kind of going with what we've talked about in the past is it's since his arm isn't really penetrating like past the shoulder, it's not a very strong whizzer.
Yeah, just more of an overhook.
Right.
Josh says, I like reaching for that far arm if it's available for a threat on the pass. So I imagine you're talking about from Nick's point of view, reaching for Devin's left arm. Yeah,
Sure.
this guy's all about that.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike does a very good scissor sweep, or not a scissor sweep. I mean, you could do a scissor sweep from there, but you typically do like a sumigashi, like hook
I do.
sweep. Oh, you meant passing? Well, then
So going 2-on-1 to pass. So from Devin's perspective,
on the far arm. What's the far arm to you here?
so his so Nick's left arm is what you're talking about.
Okay, I assume.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reach for that far arm.
I mean, I like that because it keeps the shoulder pinned, right? Like it keeps the shoulder pinned and the person flattened out. So that way you can pass to either the strong side or the weak side, like either with a knee cut pass, if you can score that underhook, or you can just start, knee shin pinning or stapling on the same side that you're pinning the arm. You can go to that side as well.
All I know is Josh has never done that to me successfully, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Nick going into cross ashi there. Finding his way.
Sorry, I thought there was a good... Yeah, so he comes up here. He just kind of jumps into it. That's nice.
It's like the leg entry that Luke showed. Like, you remember the first time when we were in side control?
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't really do a whole lot from side control, but here's a cool leg lock entry. Yeah.
Short and thick, Josh. If there were skinny arms, you could probably do it, but they're not. Thicker than the 2 milkshakes you probably drank tonight. Got Andrew, I believe that's Andrew working, north-south briefly on Jordan. Switching back to side control. Has that far side arm. Let's see if he gets up to mount from here. Nick with the big elevation. This is kind of what I was just saying Peters likes to do.
Yeah.
Except just from a single arm in this case, but really good elevation, pushing off the mat. Didn't even really have to get his hips up too much. I wonder if Devin was sort of moving forward as that happened.
That was nice though.
Little double over. Andrew surfing the knee on belly for a little bit. Just getting caught in 3/4 guard or 3/4 mount. It's gonna be tough
Trying
to
pull
pull
Jordan
him
for that back dig. Yeah.
Caleb. I feel like Caleb was just trying to launch Danny from there, like trying to load him up on his hip.
Mm-hmm.
Like Danny didn't want to commit. You could see
Yeah.
Danny like mid jump.
Is that Nick and Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. And Devin and Jordan. This is me and Sophie. I think she hit me with like a really nice, like a fireman's carry
Yes. Yeah.
entry.
Yeah. I saw that right there.
Right there. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like probably because they suck. Like for me, I'm not sold on doing those in jiu-jitsu. I love that takedown.
I had a back take here. I couldn't, like with my hand
Yeah.
feeling the way that it was. Like I couldn't commit to any sort of roll. And I was also kind of scared that I was going to crush her. So
I'm stoked, man. She wrestled for 2 years at Lehigh University, which is like they have a killer wrestling program. And like she was helping stand up the women's program, I guess. Like she was telling me they're gonna try to take it D1 like next year or something.
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right,
No,
cool.
she was solid. Like the way that she moved, she felt really like she felt good.
The only souls here who know Snicka Man. I don't know. That doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell with me.
You're just saying words now. I want to know. I'm happy to entertain this conversation. We'll go back and look at John here on Ronnie. So Ronnie rolls up. John maintains back position with those hooks. I hope you felt the necessity of those, John. Because if it wasn't for those, Ronnie would have gotten out of that. Now, staying on the back. Assume looking for the strangle. Chris, meanwhile, possibly looking for like an arm-in guillotine. He was telling me he really likes arm-in guillotines. Also doing this kind of folk style breakdown, right, with the claw grip and the tight waist. Trying to lean heavy to get Nick down to the mat.
Yeah, none of that's ringing a bell.
Oh, Strong Bad? I watched some of Strong Bad, yeah. That was like back in the Flash. Your camera messed up again.
Son of a bitch.
That was back when like Flash cartoons were really big on the internet. I do not remember the stable of strong bad characters though. Danny looking for a triangle there, but Caleb saying no, sir. Caleb roll out of this? He's not. I don't think he's in a really great spot right now with this hook on the leg.
He's not terrible with his arm bent back that way.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that kind of saves that is like if he was to hook up and hit like and try to hook
This leg?
Danny's right leg,
Yeah.
then he would be in pretty bad crucifix problems there. But since he's reaching behind him, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
In fact,
I
he
think.
could probably try to posture up and drive Danny down to his right.
Yeah.
To Caleb's right.
Yeah. Like by hooking, not just grabbing at the knee like he is now, but hooking the ankle and pulling the ankle through that way. Essentially using it like a kind of like a cutback single in a way.
Yep. Exactly.
Actually,
But
really
with a reverse grip.
Yeah, really similar to what Caleb likes to do against Neon Belly, where he hooks the leg, pulls it forward, and pushes the hips.
Yep.
Very similar mechanic. What's up, Ben?
What's up, Ben?
Typing with boxing gloves. Ronnie's still dealing with John's back attacking. Looks like Nick.
That was a really interesting armbar from Danny.
Danny?
Watch this. So he's trying to go on Neon Belly. He's got like this lat armbar set up. Look at his right arm.
Mm-hmm.
He hooks underneath the wrist with his right arm. So he's lacing on the wrong side, quote unquote, of the arm, and then he's grabbing the wrist, and now he's going to sit back into, setting up an armbar, and then he does a really nice handoff. Luke talks a lot about this when he's teaching technique, especially like when you start talking about triangles or whatever. Is like you don't want to give up something before you replace with something else, right? Like you don't want to take away your leverage and then replace. You want to kind of reinforce it and then remove, and that's what Danny's doing here with his right arm. Before he extracts his right arm, his grip, he's going to lace his left arm through. There. Now, once he has that secured, now he can extract his right arm and go to set up his grip. That way, Caleb doesn't have like an explosive movement to where, he can leverage, complete separation of the hands in order to get out of this arm configuration.
Yeah, it's funny too. I'm curious if Caleb maybe, like, I don't know if Caleb felt like there was something maybe weird about this grip or whatever. If he was aware of the bird's eye view that we have, now's the time to escape, because Danny doesn't have that arm, right? Danny doesn't have a real grip on that arm in any capacity.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
like,
a good point.
Even this grip on the hand, like it's not controlling the arm.
It's superficial.
Yeah. But yeah, he takes like right to here. He's pretty much, well, no, not even. It's right when he gets that elbow to elbow grip. Yeah, Caleb had the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I bet Danny knew. He's like, this is weird. I better make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah.
What's up, Cooper? How you doing, buddy? Miss you.
When you coming back?
Yeah, punk. What did Andrew do to Emre? Good. What's up, Joseph? Joe, it's really good seeing you rolling again. Makes me happy.
Sweet.
Amen. I like your version better. Jordan with a nice sweep at the end to end that round strong. Now he's just staring at Emery's body. Joe getting around it with Ronnie, all right. So Joe, do you feel like you're, like, what percentage, as if that means anything, are you training at right now? It's like you look like you trust your arm or you trust your shoulder at this point, but like, how much are you willing to play with that? And why isn't anything happening in the center of the mat? There we go. It's a good number. Good numbers. Good range. How are you feeling after your first day back on the mats? So notice how Jordan's able to just kind of sneak away from Emery because he didn't have that arm in place. Like no elbow, nothing. So Jordan's probably going to do his
Ezekiel. Yeah.
Yeah. No standing, falling on it. Verting's good, but not 100. All right.
Looks like Joe got a Kimura from bottom side control.
Ronnie hugging the leg.
Leaving that left arm behind.
Ooh,
Yep.
Joseph. Funny, Joe gets a Kimura after being out from shoulder surgery for months. Hell yeah. Excellent.
Good.
Ethan looking for that single leg entrance. Nick just stonewalling him with the legs closed. I mean, I'm thinking about it right now. If I went to hit this and someone just kept their legs that close together, I'm going to quickly try to get my legs to an outside position and work on a double from here. Like that double that Luke likes to do where you basically sit forward, hug the legs, twist them down to the mat.
Yeah.
Looks like Ethan's thinking through it, which is fine. That's the spirit, Joe. Big old reap there, Ethan.
Yeah, does Ethan watch the stream or no?
I don't know. I need to peer pressure him into that.
Okay. Oh, it was a wrist lock. It wasn't a shoulder. Okay.
Okay.
Devin and Caleb.
Okay, they're just starting. Oh, all right, fresh round.
Danny and Ronnie.
Ooh, Danny getting his leg caught up there a little uncomfortably. Good snatch on that leg to the heel hook.
What's up, TM?
What's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, hope you are.
That was actually, I want to look at that. That little sequence from Danny was really nice. So with that exception, right? Just that kind of back exposure, kind of getting his leg caught. A little elevate, grab the leg. He had the heel hook grip there. I'm not sure why he was taking that over, like into 50-50-ish kind of position. Well, yeah, 50-50. But like that initial grab on the leg, we are in legs week after all, so we probably should be
Yeah.
pointing out stuff like that. That was a very nice quick attack.
What kind of injury, man?
Sorry to hear that, dude.
Yeah, that sucks.
You're missing a letter though. Dumbass with the sweep. I
I
hit
feel
a
like he's hit that once each roll.
Yeah, I
he's
know.
had that night.
I had a very, very similar version of that sweep on Chris yesterday, where except he went full like elevated, like his legs were all the way straight up, and he just fell straight down. But it all comes from like, we've pointed it out before, may as well do it now, right? But Jordan controlling the head here and just getting the hips higher than the head and keeping it going. As long as Emery can't get his head up, he's caught in this sweep pretty easily. Maybe the only other thing he could do is try to move the hips in a clockwise or counterclockwise direction to try to disrupt Jordan's grip. But once he gets the hips over the head, it's pretty much a
Get over here!
minor knee pop.
Did you heard it during training, or was this outside of training, or what?
I hope it was
Imagine
just a
during
little
training.
gas.
Yeah,
Just letting the air out.
but no twist and pivot. That's
Don't diagnose
good.
it.
Yeah.
We're going to need to add disclaimers before the stream.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, man. Hope it gets
Yeah.
better quickly. Caleb on the shoulder crunch now. He's got his legs. Oh, Caleb. If you're going to hit that shoulder crunch, keep those legs in, man. Like, you got to trust those butterfly, the butterfly hooks here to get, that's how you're going to get your opponent's, like, lower body stretched out from this move, which will make the sweep a lot easier. Unless you're going, well, I was gonna say unless you're going for the submission, but even then, like, you still want to push off of them to get an angle if you want to hit the straight arm here. So I'm curious why he just fishes his leg out here and just accepts that. Wrestling scramble guy on my leg and turtle. Tried to push the head. Ah.
Yep. I feel like I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep.
I've done that. Danny with the knee bar, or
Something.
something. Devin's giving big pushes, but he left his right arm behind there. I think Caleb was being nice.
Yeah, and
Leaving
if
his
you're
left arm behind here.
Yeah, that's like, I'm not gonna say don't do that, but I'll add to it. If you're gonna sneak one arm out, sneak both arms out. Like,
Yep.
I will. It's hard because he's flat on his back right now. But if Devin could try to turn to his left and then sneak that top arm under
I
Caleb's
agree.
thigh
Yeah.
with his right one, or I'm sorry, sneak the right one out with his left one, then he could hit this big out the back escape a little bit more safely. This was well timed from him, as Caleb is kind of playing around with that right arm, seeing how much control he has over it. Really great bridge from Devin too, like just form wise, really, really good. Right up over the shoulder, big turn,
Totally.
able to get up. Just got to be careful with that, as far as leaving one arm behind. And then slide that leg through, bruh. Don't let this just linger. Slide that through. Go up to north-south if you need to. Caleb will probably roll up to turtle.
Yep.
If you have the underhook, which now you I think this is Caleb's elbow pointing through, so not really a true underhook, just kind of an over back grip. But if you did have the underhook and Caleb goes up to turtle, it's fairly easy to shut that down, just levering him back over.
Danny on the back, going for the armbar. Ronnie rolls up. Caleb looking for a deep half sweep. Half-hearted.
They're just calling it at the end of the round.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb and Chris. Caleb immediately attacking Chris's base. Chris settling into top half. I don't know why they stopped there. Keep moving forward. Ronnie on the low single. Head outside. Don't want to do that. Joe taking a risk here with the new white belt. That's how I know you trust your arm. Caleb, how did Caleb's... Oh, okay, just kind of got up from there.
Yeah. Chris gave up the underhook. Jordan sweep. We gotta just rename it Jordan sweep. Or maybe the dumbass sweep.
It's the dumbass sweep, yeah.
Yeah.
The greasy dumbass sweep. Yeah, he really has. Just like the beginning of every round, he's like, I just got to hit this once. It's funny too, because like he would hit that on me pretty frequently a year ago, I'd say. And like the answer is early prevention. I feel like you've got to know that's one thing he's really going to hit well, and start feeling the setups, like the control over the head, either from a grip over top of the head or just like a collar tie from that bottom side control position. It's like, all right, once he has that, I know I have to get my hips like to north-south, or something like that. Not that I'm even safe from there, but that or just base out, like just put my hands out and base. I mean, that's good. It's good. But eventually, and I'm not saying this to razz you, but like, gonna have to work on some other sweeps too, because like people, I mean, I won't be the only one who adjusts to it early on, right? So when people start getting wise to it, you got to start chaining it, man. I can back it up a lot a bit. Got you going with Peters here.
Yep.
Oh, dog. Andrew got you. Nice, man.
Yep. He goes in for a knee bar attack. Turns it into a Z-lock here.
Yeah.
Turn away. And then I go on a counter attack.
I get it.
I got the top leg, yeah. Outside heel hook on the top leg.
Damn,
the only reason I felt good here was, and I don't know how, but when I go left, the Z-lock, like the attacked leg with the Z-lock, I put it down on the mat. So up here, I go, this is like my escape route. I can't get the escape. So then I actually start flattening back out. So he wasn't able to expose the heel here. And so I'm going to sit back down to my butt. Here. And then now I can get that foot down and my heel hidden. And my knee is going to go down towards the mat, and I'm going to start exposing his left leg.
Yeah, so he lost the reap here.
He did.
Or like just before this. The reap is gone. Because like before, so knee bar, he crosses over, the reap is in.
Yep.
So you turn.
To turn down here.
Yep. So you turn there, and when it comes back, the reaping pressure is kind of gone.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm curious how you could keep that reaping pressure there. Like if I was in Andrew's shoes. I think what I'm gonna try to do from here. This is tough to say because like I don't know how much Andrew is trying to do what I'm gonna say, but like trying to prevent you from rolling back in this direction.
Exactly. That's exactly what he just said. Drive his hips.
Yeah, yep. Exactly. So like, yeah, ensure the bend in the knee. Like keep Mike's knee bent. Bring his heel closer to his butt. With have my grip, but like really start to curl my I'm trying to think about how I'm moving my body, but I'm like turning towards my left and extending my body in your position, digging my heels in, driving my hips forward and extending my body, so I can set the braking pressure on before Mike can get over to here, and now I'm losing the reap and the heel's hidden, and now I'm in some trouble myself. And that's just backside finishing mechanics for that heel hook, straightening the body out like I was talking about. Interfection. Who the hell are you?
Sees themselves.
Dox yourself so we can help you.
What's up,
Emre? What's up, man? We were laughing earlier about how you said to Caleb, you're like, just bring the heat, man. Just mess me up. I hope everybody gave you some good tips, despite your thirst for being punished. I hope everybody was helpful that day. Yeah, exactly. I'm okay with that as long as you obey and respect the tap.
Yeah. And tap yourself.
Yeah, please, for the love of God. But welcome to the chat. Hell yeah, that's all we care about, man.
That's great.
Went for round 2 with Caleb too. Caleb quick on the wrestle up. Andrew, all that aside, that was a great exchange. Like your entrance and the entire like attempt through Z-Lock was really nice. Danny, what's up, brother?
It was really good.
Welcome.
What's up, Danny?
Yeah, I can't remember. Were you there on Monday? I can't remember. I don't know if you were on the open mat footage today. I don't think I saw you in the early rounds.
Oh.
So how did Danny and Andrew get to the ground? Andrew opting to sit instead of letting Danny work.
Caught that front headlock.
Yeah. Which I don't blame you, because Danny's pretty damn effective with that rolling, like the back roll into the guillotine. It's like, all right.
I don't know if that's considered a guard pull or a takedown. I don't think that it's considered a takedown, is it?
I would assume not, but I don't know. I feel like it's a coin toss with a Naga ref.
Right.
A new breed ref would probably give both guys 10 points for that. Just because. I don't know why I'm still salty about that. I didn't even compete. Joe giving you the biggest hug ever. So happy to see you.
I was in big trouble all the way up. Even, I think here is where I started making progress. But I was I had problems.
Yeah, looks like it. You started on your back.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I didn't see if you guys like. I guess I cut that out, but yeah, he's got the body triangle. That arm has been over your face for 30 seconds.
Yep.
You're just tucking your chin.
I am. I'm just being a total jerk about it.
Really setting a bad example for Emre.
Yeah. I didn't pass out.
That's right.
This time.
That's right. Just rip his arm behind his head, Joe. Just break his shoulder. He's there for advanced class. That's right. No, we typically, on Wednesday, we typically just go over Monday footage. And then on Sunday, we go over Saturday footage. Why doesn't he face crank more?
Crank. So
a good question.
So one thing to note, So one thing to note is that Joe's right arm was his healthy one. His left arm is not quite as healthy, right? So he did not have his left arm like fully in the mix here. All the way, and then whenever you'll see exactly what's going on right now. As soon as he started throwing his left hand into it, in order to really get that crank going, I was addressing his supporting arm to make sure that he didn't really have a huge strangle here.
And for what I was going to say, for what it's worth, what Mike is doing by tucking the chin is not a great defensive tactic. Like, you don't want to rely on that.
No.
Generally speaking. But, yeah, there's also a little bit, I think there's a little bit of detail you can't really see here, which is like, you know, Mike has loosened up this grip on the strangle arm, or grip with the strangle arm, by going 2-on-1. Even this is not going to be enough. Like, if Joe was at 100% with his left arm, you might see Mike turning red and taking a nap here. But the tucking of the chin and turning slightly towards the right is just giving his neck probably just barely enough room. Like, again, it's not a strategy, but it is an end game tactic to like buy yourself another second, right? Or whatever you can. Maybe make the guy think he has to adjust, and then, you know, as Joe does here, he starts adjusting, and Mike is able to like find his way out. Sorry, I feel like I interrupted something you were about to say, but
no. I mean, that's a lot of it, right? It's kind of like a patience game, and trying to frustrate your opponent to a certain degree. Yeah,
Mike's also been strangled or had strangle attempts done him thousands of times, so like there's a familiarity there in like knowing what you could get away with and when you should tap.
It really is more of a stall, and like if you were to like get on somebody's back and try and strangle them and like crank, you can really, unless you do it all the time, right, and are really worked up to it, you'll burn out your arms, right? It's not as easy as you would think to just like sit there and crank on somebody's face. So they may be able to do it for like a few seconds, maybe like 5-10 seconds for, you know, I don't know, for a decent amount of pressure. But they're not going to be holding on for 30 seconds to a minute, trying to crank your face.
Yeah. I'll have a wrap on, so you won't be able to see anything. Anyway, Danny on to a really, really good S mount attack here. So setting it up with a little bit of strangle, or maybe a little smother pressure here. Andrew's got his arms in, playing real tight. I didn't get to see how Danny separated this. Looks like he just starts really walking up. Maybe he had that right arm the whole time. I think just the steady upward, up the body crawl he does gets Andrew's right arm really high. Danny turns the corner. Really, really good reinforcement, like pulling the head up as he gets this leg over. That tends to be the spot where you lose S-mount when you go for it, and it's because of a loose head connection. Now settling in, he's got that heel to his knee. Starting to dig on the arms. It's going to be really difficult to defend this. I love this move. He peels that arm away that's defending. I was almost trying to put it in his pocket. As soon as he can get a grip on that hand and he knows that he can get the extension, it's good to go. Gets the armbar. I love the armbar from S-mount. That's such a great move. Thanks for the tips from all my other fellow mothers in the chat.
I thought that Joe was gonna hit that knee bar on me.
Oh, the
When I stopped
you mean
his
the bullshit
hips.
one you do on me?
Yeah, that too.
What were you saying? You stop his hips?
I stopped his hips from being able to roll, and I don't know that because he was going over his left arm, so I don't know if maybe that stifled him too. But I hugged his hips, and then I tried to get him into a crossbody ride here. So I tried to figure out how to attack his far side with my left hand being gimpy. So he rolls the right way and gets out of it. Did a really good job here of extending his legs away, try to keep me at bay so that I couldn't hit a proper body lock.
Danny, I think it's an arm in guillotine from Mount. Andrew, why are you letting him do this to you, bud? Can't give him the pleasure. So sets up the front headlock there. Yeah, goes arm in. Damn. Finger kept you from hitting the body lock. Yeah, man.
It definitely crushed my finger when I tried to hit the body lock. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny looked he looked pretty smooth this class. He was training really well.
He wasn't going out again.
He was well rested from the last time they rolled. And now he's ending it with his own triangle attack.
Yeah.
Actually, real quick, just not to pick on Andrew. I'm just curious the setup here. So looks like he kept that arm extended as Andrew rolled up. All right, pretty basic triangle entrance. Chris with the easy single. Nice and easy.
Jordan and Andrew. Trying the Sasai, Andrew.
Like it.
Yeah.
That was what we went over that day.
He tried that one arm throw by that he likes to do.
The power drag. Looks like Jordan's fighting a hand fight here. Man, what does he have?
Kimura?
Yeah, that was.
What was that?
You
What
just
happened
wrist
there?
lock him? Because he's got the elbow under control. It looks like he's trying to attack the wrist here.
Straight arm.
Straight arm.
Who's straight arm?
I think
got
Jordan
it?
gets the straight arm because he's got like it's like attacking a Kimura but when the arm straightens out.
Oh, I see. He's using his left arm as like the fulcrum.
Yeah, and maybe
Interesting.
even pushing that leg into it too. Sneaky.
Wow. He's an innovator.
Jordan with the
That's it.
innovation crown today.
Yeah.
You can't. Nobody chokes out Bertram, dude. Bertram.
You have to have a neck to get choked out.
Exactly. With the leg, not on purpose. With the leg, it was just there. Okay. Some Jeff Glover stuff. You never saw it coming. Looks like Danny and Chris are just having a light one. Scooch forward. Andrew on the Udigatami.
Straight in, yeah.
Quick, snappy. Nice. You're too old for this shit. There we go.
Toe hold attempt.
Finally, some leg attacks.
Good way to break the half guard down. Start getting rid of the knee shield with a toe hold. But then leaving yourself up to a counter leg lock. Going into outside is
Andrew's on
Andrew.
this one.
And got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
So yeah, I do like this Jordan as a tactic to get the knee shield down, because normally people will straighten their leg out, but now you lost this leg, so even if Andrew straightens this leg out, you still haven't passed the guard, you know. It's like, just if you're gonna use that, make sure, rewind here, make sure your left knee is in the hip, and you've got that bottom knee captured, because here you're kind of just gonna have to try to finish that, or you know, let go and change tactics. As soon as you step that leg over, I feel like oh, I better get this.
Yep.
Yeah, Andrew saw that one coming, locked it up. Clever, so clever. All right, Sophie joining the fray. Not content to just hang out on the side. Come beat us up in the middle. Nick looking for the Haragoshi on Caleb.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna have to move him more than that, though. Yeah, Sophie's scrambly.
Yes. Nick in on that single leg.
I wish he would have doubled Caleb right against the wall.
He's going. He's gonna. Oh,
Ah.
he got him down. He got him down.
I think Caleb just was like, all right, fine. Do it. She'll probably just laugh. Andrew's looking for the Darce.
The Darce. Got it.
It's good to see her even against a seeded opponent, like still utilizing good footwork.
Yep.
Instead of just kind of standing there being like, I don't know what to do because this looks different. You know, wrestlers don't have to deal with that. But she also trained for a little bit at 10th Planet Bethlehem, she told me.
Yep.
So not unfamiliar with jiu-jitsu. She said her brother trains at Lachlan Giles' place.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think somebody told me that.
Super cool.
Yeah.
She had a chance to look for the false reap there, but Andrew was definitely pressuring forward. Gonna make that difficult. Caleb. Almost caught in an arm triangle here.
Yeah, he got out of it and then started talking smack to Nick about it.
Comes up. All right. Let's see what Sophie's got to learn about mount escapes.
Exposed her back. Andrew took advantage of that. We'll have to go over mount escapes with her.
Yes. Yes, it is. Cycling talk. That's what I said. I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah. Andrew with the strangle.
Yeah, and I guess difference here, Emre, if you're still watching, between like what we saw Mike dealing with and what Sophie's dealing with. So slight difference in the mechanics on this one. Andrew's forearm is more across the throat, so that could be a little bit more uncomfortable than just the strangle itself, where, you know, before Joe had the point of his elbow to the point of Mike's chin. Tends to be a more not targeted, just what you'll hear people calling a blood choke versus an air choke. Not really a fan of those differentiations, but like the two arms pulling down, we saw Mike briefly doing that. Generally, it's better to attack this arm once this is locked up, this figure four. I'd rather see Sophie's left hand reaching up to grab Andrew's knuckle line on the left hand and try to untie this figure four of the arms. Again, you're running out of time here. It's not easy to do this. But, you know, Andrew's got the strangle in. He's got the hooks in. So Sophie's kind of, you know, without being familiar with some of the finer points of escaping this, she doesn't have much time to, like, untie the knot.
Mm-hmm. Andrew and Caleb.
Tight pants cycling. Yeah, so remember too, Mike said that you know, Joe's left arm is a little compromised right now. He's kind of coming back to it. So like, you know, we didn't see Joe fully lock up, get the hand behind the head. We kind of saw this like vulnerable arm in front, right, as he had it locked up. So there wasn't as much strangle pressure on Mike as there probably was on Sophie.
Yeah.
And also just like Joe's arm could have been more easily grabbed. But yeah, Mike didn't really have to do all that. Yeah, she's just got to be careful with standing too square.
Mm-hmm. It's a very typical wrestler approach.
Nice step
Joe
over the
with
leg.
Kimura. Yeah.
She briefly was dealing with that well. Joe really had to follow
Yeah.
through on that. And still rolling.
Yeah.
Caleb digging for, I assume he was
North-south
digging
choke.
for Kimura, but now to the north-south. That big old
So
stinky
that looks
armpit.
pretty deep.
Andrew's handling it though.
Yeah, he's doing well.
There it is. Yeah.
Yep. How was that, Andrew? Was that a lot of neck pressure, or was that strangle pressure?
Oh, Jordan with
Oh, the leg scissor. All crank, no strangle. Okay.
wow. Caleb's such a jerk. Yeah, there does come a time when you're caught in a north-south where you're just like, how willing am I to like deal with a sore neck tomorrow before you tap?
I just realized that everything's going to be sore anyway, so screw it. I'll just let it go.
I feel like you apply that to every joint though.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
And every joint is sore the next
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
no matter what.
Like, my ankle already popped.
Yeah.
How many more times can it pop?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you, Andrew. I will not deal with a sore neck. How did that end? Oh, okay, Caleb. It looked like Caleb was maybe giving you props there for some actual smother pressure, maybe, I'm guessing. Because he really
yeah.
starts to freak out here. And he's like, yeah, that was good.
Yep.
That was good.
Yeah, Joe, we're finding more and more similarities in psychopathic tendencies, I guess.
Psychopathic. Can't wait till you guys come in
Psychopathic.
in bike shorts and train.
Oh. New idea.
That big old padded booty.
I'll get a. Yeah. Hey, there's no pockets. It's totally legit.
Yeah. The banana helmet, yeah. I'll wear my banana hammock. You guys wear the banana helmets. Jordan settling in for the last 20 seconds of this and mount. See if Chris can handle this. He's got his feet up off the ground, so he's not really going to be able to bridge effectively. There we go. As soon as he hit the ground, he can do it. But I was hoping he didn't just.
Your
take
dress
that.
code says no sleeveless shirts, not no sleeveless shorts.
That is a great distinction. Anti-plug check pants. All right, this is going off the rails. Time to end it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Danny and Emre, good to have you on the chat. Thanks for
Thanks for joining us.
following, appreciate it. Hope you guys keep coming back. This is what we do, man. Just here to keep learning. So Yeah, if you stick around for the Monday open mat and the Saturday open mat, we'll be able to go over your stuff on the stream. Thank you,
Yep.
Andrew. We'll see you at class.
Later, Andrew. See you then.
See you,
Thanks,
Joe.
Joe.
Anybody else lurking? Hit that follow button. If you're liking, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe with your Twitch Prime. If you have an Amazon Prime, you have a Twitch Prime, you may as well use it on us. There's nobody better on Twitch to use it on. So, thank you, Jordan.
Facts.
Yeah, May 10th, Naga. If you guys want to compete, I think we got 4 adults right now who've expressed an interest. A whole bunch of kids are going to be competing.
Huge honor for me.
So the time is now. Start getting ready.
Thanks, Henry.
Thank you. Really, really appreciate that. So yeah, if you guys are interested, come talk to us. As always, you know the deal. We'll get you all set up, ready to go for the comp. And yeah, we are back to after Saturday. We'll be back to close guard. So, I'll tell her thank you next time I see her.
Yes.
Got him. No, appreciate you, bro. What was I saying? Oh yeah, leg locks end this week, so get to class on Thursday and Saturday to get your last dose of leg lock stuff before we start over for close guard. What you got, man? Anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. All right.
Glad to be back.
Hell yeah. Glad to have you back. Okay, well, we'll leave it at that. You guys go trim your nails and do your laundry and don't be stinky, and we'll see you back on the mats. Take it easy, guys.
Later.